All right, guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks. Welcome back. So I started finishing up the Pennsylvania cars. I started putting these stirrups on, except the problem is that the ones that came with the Pennsylvania cars are so brittle that they're just breaking. I don't know why. Now, I think online their new ones are made out of Delron. So this might be a newer production kit, but not much newer. But that might have that might be made out of Delron or something, because those didn't have a problem. The ones for the Pennsylvania one, they would just shatter as soon as I went to snip them free. They would just explode. All right, so while I was filming that, you shut off again. I painted the motor got primed, the prime mover got primed, and I have to admit, the automotive primer actually filled in a lot of these grooves, these printing grooves, pretty good. So I like that. I don't think the Tamiya would have done that as well because it's much thinner. But the Tamiya is definitely a finer product. All right, so, and I slopped on a coat of paint. I custom blended 10 drops of interior green with about 6 drops of dark green to get this color. And I like it. It's perfect for what I need it for. Now, I was letting this dry before I went any further. And now I'm going to paint the exhaust in a dark iron. So we'll get to that. So I was able to fix you can't even see it really without really looking hard. That little divot that was in there, there's still another divot on there that I didn't see before, but now it's there. We're done with worrying about that. So we're just going to move on to these exhausts. These are going to get probably 2 coats of this. This stuff really does not cover well over anything but black. And you're supposed to be able to buff this out. We're not really going to buff it out. This stuff dries pretty quick, so I get the second coat right on here and have it done. These metals finishes from Mr. Metal is actually they're really cool. You can actually buff these up a little bit if you follow their directions and put them on exactly the way they tell you to do them, and do it exactly the way they come out really nice. The only problem is I find that you can't really seal them. Once you put them with a sealer, it gets rid of the polished look to them. But these aren't getting polished. These are going to get hit with a little rust, a light wash of rust, because there is a brand new motor. I would have rust on it. Guys, welcome back. So I got a chopper. I picked this up on eBay. This is one of the best deals I ever got on eBay. I paid like not even $20 for this delivered. So, and it's in pretty decent shape. I mean, the blade's probably got to get redone, but it's just a regular everyday razor blade, so not a big deal. All right, this is pretty much dried out right now, so we're gonna try to take this off of here. All right, that came right off. Nice. I put that on with that double-sided carpet tape, and that works great. Now, I have that. The plan was to put this onto here. But while I was looking for this scrap wood, I found out I have a patent. I bought this thing, $5. When's the last time you seen a Roco miniature take for $5? That's how old this thing is. So I'm looking at this, and I'm literally thinking Maybe. I mean, it looks pretty good on there, but I'm not 100% sure I want. Not 100% sure I want to put that on there. I mean, it looks pretty good, but I think that looks. I'm gonna throw a coat. I'm gonna take this apart and throw a coat of paint on it, but I don't think I'm gonna put it on this car. I think that motor, that 3D printed motor, looks much better. I have chain we're gonna use to chain this in, so we're gonna have that. I had turnbuckles and I cannot find them, so that is what it is. All right, so this is scale. This is scale lumber from Northeastern Scale Models, and I've used this stuff a lot. Well, not a lot, but I've used this more than a few times. Like these are a little tattered, but it is what it is. All right, so we kind of have that. I'm going to look. I think I have some nut bolt washers too. We'll put those in. You tap it against your shirt, it makes it less adhesive. This is just getting stuck on here, just so we can figure out where we got to put this. That looks pretty good. All right, so let me go in my box of tricks over here and find these nut bolt washers. I thought I had them. I could be wrong. There's the chain. I don't even know if Details West is still around. Those are good. I have nut bolt washers in these kits, and that's basically what I'm going to use. I thought I had a set of Tichy nut bolt washers, but I don't see that. All right, so those are going to dry up hopefully pretty quick. All right, so basically, we're going to use this chain. Might be considered a little bit too fine for this, but it is what it is. This is what I got. This is what I'm going to use. Almost some over the top. I had turnbuckles, and I don't know where they went. And that would really look good on this. That's basically what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop them down through these holes and glue them. Put a little dab of glue on the bottom. Glue them into place. Get these nut bolt washers in here because that's what you would do, they nail them down or screw down these planks. I'm gonna go back in here with this color. I'm just gonna hit these up so you can actually see these. And we'll let that dry. There'll be a lot of editing in this video. So. A little drop of epoxy in that pocket. So that's that one, but that's okay. We have extra, and the extra will be fine. Yes. I'll be able to use the extra on this side. All right. All right, so we got this in. This side's in. This is just temp. The chain is in, but the rest is temporary. So we have that in. This is going to come off and get glued in place. These are drying, and I think I'm gonna, since these would be kind of new wood, not really old wood, I'm going to give them a dip in the barnwood. I'm really not that impressed with this color on this thing. All right, guys, so we got the chains locked in on this side. That's generally what it is going to be. I would have liked a little more angle on here, but I kind of messed up a little bit when I put this in. So it is what it is. There's nothing I can really do about it. We're going to come in here with a little bit of this Vallejo light oxide, and we're gonna do a wash on these things too, because it needs it. And I should have did it before, but you know me, I'm just constantly moving forward. So basically what we're gonna do here, we're gonna pull this over on its side, and we're gonna thread this chain. Alright, so now we just gotta figure out how to tighten this chain. Alright, so we got the chain locked in there. We're going to come in here with the nippers right as close as possible. Clean. Pull it off. Yeah, we'll get that link. That's pretty much that. Yeah, we're looking pretty good with this. We got to do a little wash on this. I think that's what we're gonna do now. All right, so we're gonna do a little wash on this. Alright, we're gonna let this dry, see how this comes out, and we'll just leave it at that. Pretty sure it's not the extent of the way I want it. Looks pretty good. I think I give it the 3-3. The 3 foot for 3 seconds. It looks perfect. But we'll see. Alright guys. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm not sure what happened. The end of the last video dropped out. So basically what happened was on the these Pennsylvania cars, the stirrups completely disintegrated when I took them off the sprues. I mean, they would just blow apart. So I had a set of Details West stirrups, so I used those. Hope these are holding on good. They're really fine. I mean, they're much finer than the Tichy ones, but they are what they are. So let's get going with this. All right. So what we got is we put the brake wheels on, stirrups are in, grab irons are on. It's pretty much done. So the only thing left to do is to put 2 air hoses on. So let's cut that away from the sprue. These are from Details West. I'm not even sure. This company might be gone. I don't even know. I gotta look online. But I will say one thing. It's the little stuff like this that makes like a huge difference. Makes a model, you know, really changes up the appearance of a model. So sometimes 74. And that's the other thing. On the back of these, it tells you what size drill bit to use. So I need to pull out a 74. Do I have a 74? No, I don't have a 74. So we're going to use a 75. I got to get a new set of these bits. And a new pin vise. All right. So this is a 75, so this might be a little too tight. Yeah, it's a little too tight. But what I can do is I can then drill this out with a 73 and apply glue from the back, which is what I'm going to do. What I should have did, and I didn't do, and I think I'm going to do that now, is I should have metallized the end of the cup so it stands out. So it stands out a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to show up. Apparently I didn't shake this up enough when I did it. All right, so we'll let that dry up, and then all right, so we got that, and if I remember correctly, just clean with isopropyl alcohol, which makes no sense. While that dries, we have the other cars to do, so I'll drill those out. So the one thing I had to do with these was I had to put drop couplers on them because they were not hanging on. That one ready. This one I started using some metal grab stirrups that I had, and I'm not really happy with the way they look on there, but they're on there, they're in there, and they're glued, so they're done. So basically it is what it is. This one doesn't have the drop couplers on it, so I'm it's kind of living on hold a little bit. Looks a little long, but that's what I got. That's what I'm going with. All right, that's that. Okay, so what we did was we did a little weathering. We did a little weathering on these. Very little. And when they dried, it looked pretty decent. So I clear coated it. I put 2 more washes of stain across this one. Actually, 4 more washes of stain across. I did 2 murky browns, and then I hit it with the aged barnwood, and it just kind of brought the whole thing together. It looks like the chains loosened up a little bit. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't know how to stop that from happening. But I gave this a quick dull coat over the top of everything to lock everything in, and it actually looks, really good, I think. So I'm going to look this over, and we may come in here and hit this with some panel line. I think I hit these trucks with a wash. I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take these trucks, and I think I'm going to do a little work on these trucks to make them pop a little bit. I don't do a lot of airbrushing, so I'm not going to hit this with an airbrush. I'm not really gonna go over too much more weathering with this. I'm probably gonna hit this with some dirt. I actually have the Vallejo rust and corrosion kit. That, and somewhere I believe I have soot. So I might hit this with a little. I'm definitely gonna hit it with this again, and because it just adds a little something to it, and I can't. It sticks pretty good, so it is what it is once it's on there. It's very subtle on there, but it does make it does pop a few things up a little bit, and they're just gonna hit these ends a little bit. But that's this. This is like the extent of what I like to do. I don't like to really do much more than this. It just doesn't. I don't like. If I owned my own railroad, half my budget would be keeping my stuff clean. It drive me crazy. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the giveaway. This this car is going to be up to one of you members. Going to go on to one of my subscribers' layouts, and I hope you guys enjoy it for many years. And yeah, that's basically it. I'll get some pictures and I'll put it at the end. And basically, you're going to have to comment in this video, and anyone that comments in this video will get their name will get put into the hat, and we'll draw a name, and I'll announce it in an upcoming video who won the giveaway. Just in the comments, just write Titchy, and you're entered. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Jack on Tracks. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Hey, if it's your first time watching me and you hit the subscribe button, you're right. You can enter. So let's see. Once again, I really do appreciate you guys watching me, and this is just a little something I can give back to you guys. I really can't. I'd love to give you guys an engine, but I can't do that right now. So, yep. And as always, guys, I'll catch you later.